have seen also motion picture film to propagandize the people and win them over to communism from the principles of freedom and liberty for which your government stands.
They were celebrating the 100th anniversary of filmmaking by saying cinematography is dead. What does that mean?
We've decided to put all students together into film groups to exchange the experiences of television and film.
So we came up with this very, very intricate plan of some people being in groups that would have preordained topics.
We had to make a film about Rublev's church.
He was this icon painter, religious icon painter, famous in Russian history.
What do you want him to take?
There's a saying in Russia that after 100 years, something is old and it dies. And they were asking the question, is cinematography dead? They weren't trying to say that cinematography is dead. Well, that made a lot more sense to Sean and I after they said that.
Okay. What they want to do is they want to judge that you will go the same way, but you, as a cameraman, the same way. And maybe you have some particular point what you want to just shoot and make an accent on it.
The Russians are intensely focused on the subtext and what was being said without actually saying it, and real sleight of hand when it comes to very abstract storytelling.
All I know is it's a pile of rocks and we're looking at it.
We are not knowledgeable in exactly what this is about.
It was interesting to us, I think, more to see the process of how they would interact than actually the total product.
We could find absolutely crazy idea, and you could stand in the center of the street with camera saying, yeah, we're doing that, it's cool, so we have to go there.
The square dance, okay.
All right, okay.
Some groups ended up with a product. Others ended up not having any product hardly at all.
Look into my eyes, camera.
Vatir was this crazy kid. I mean, he was just always making strange faces in the camera all of the time.
I have chosen filmmaking because cinema, for me, is a flight of the soul.
He was just in your face. You know, he was very persistent and very eager to be involved.
So when I create, I am flying.
Steadicam, no work.
I came to know him as an artist, and that was something upon a cursory glance you wouldn't really see in the guy.
He is this very reflective, introspective kind of boy. You can tell is full of artistic insight and talent.
Look into my eyes, friend.
No.
The reason to make the film groups was to have somebody who will take picture of Russia from absolutely different perspective, from an American point of view.
Moscow is my hometown. I was born there, and I just thought that I knew everything about Moscow, and I felt pretty comfortable with this knowledge. But when we were working on the streets, Americans kept asking me, what is this building? Who lives here? I started to realize that I didn't know everything about Moscow, and I felt shamed about that. Then I realized that I needed to be ready for those questions, and I started asking my parents and friends. I read books, and finally I was ready for just about any question they might ask me. I know now that this experience helped not only the Americans, but me to know my own hometown.
While we are here, both schools are collaborating on a documentary celebrating the 100th anniversary of film. Also on the agenda, it's a bee, and I'm allergic to bees.
And then on top of all of this, we were approached by several of the local affiliates here in the Memphis area, asking us to please send back live or taped reports from Russia that they could run on their channel.
This magnificent building is Moscow State University. It was built in the early 1950s and is one of
Vatir was very interested in what we were doing. He of course would do anything that Mr. Sloan asked him to do. He would help us out in any way. And I really enjoyed trying to teach Marina to be a reporter because that was something that she didn't know about. And she was very good at it.
Hello, I'm Anna Godwin.
I'm Demetrius Johnson.
And I am Marina Smirnova. Welcome to Moscow, Memphis.
The feedback that
we've received from people in Memphis that, in fact, couldn't believe that these were high school kids filing these reports.
I was one of the students chosen to be in the 35mm film group.
What does that mean?
What is the speed of the
Oh, I understand. Okay, so you can make it go twice as slow?
Yeah.
Okay.
We all went to the Illusion Theater, one of the famous old theaters in Moscow.
We had the group from the Moscow International Film School shooting an interview with the projectionist. Behind them was this American group of students shooting the Russian student, shooting the projectionist. Behind us was a group from NBC, from America, shooting us, shooting the Russian, shooting the projectionist. And what were they screening down below?
Somebody will listen to me.
A very, very American film was playing in that theater. Here we are in the heart of formerly believed enemy territory, standing in a Russian theater while Mr. Smith Goes to Washington was playing at the theater at the time that a bunch of Americans were in shooting a documentary with some Russian kids.
And you know that your fight for the lost cause is harder than for any other.
The irony, I guess, was a bit overwhelming.
I wanted to do the Fantastics because it had so much to say to young people particularly, and it has so much to say about our world and about growing up. I just thought it'd be the perfect vehicle for us to do in Russia.
Try to remember